You feel this nervousness on the phone there?
Sir, I've been trying to make an urgent phone call up there.
Well, I don't think it's something I want to do on an overseas phone.
You gotta make some phone calls. Hang up the phone. Prank caller. Prank caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Packernet After Dark. This is the call-in show of the Packernet Podcast Network. If you'd like to call in, if you'd like to participate in the show, please feel free to do so. The phone number here is 608-501-0718. New callers go directly to the front of the line. As per usual, it's kind of an unusual situation on these game days because, unfortunately, I don't want to have to go back too far and talk about things that are completely irrelevant. So we start in and around game time, I suppose you could say, kind of at my discretion. And unfortunately, this week, a lot of them are getting called, but again, skipped. But again, general rule is if it's still relevant, call it back in. And we'll start with this one. We only have one call prior to the game on Sunday. Why not?
Hey, Ryan, it's me again, Pedro, the redhead from Brazil.
What's up?
So, talking about Romeo Dobbs and the fact that he skipped training and stuff, I was thinking here, you know, with the kicker situation and now with Dobbs, I was willing to go to the Raiders and give them a second round pick, and Romeo for their kicker and Adams. I don't know if they would take it, but that's a trade I'm willing to do. So I want to know what you guys think about it. And yeah, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
It's tough, man. Obviously, and I'm guessing you wouldn't disagree. Ideally, Dobbs just comes back, we put this all behind us, and we move on. I don't know. I think a second is too much for Devontae. He's too expensive, and it's a short-term rental. Now, on the flip side, if we assume Dobbs is basically done anyways, what can we do to improve our situation? Maybe, but I don't know. I'm just gonna say no because I just don't want to deal with it. But I get where you're coming from. All right, now we got snacks. It's 3:37 p.m., so the game should have started.
Oh, throw it up. Why not? Just in case the whirling dervish is there to stagger with two hands. What a risk and what a reward.
Didn't know that play happened that early, but crazy play.
So just watched that 54-yard heave to Reed by Love. That was perfect. And then Jacobs just got his first touchdown as a Packer. That's amazing. And about the meat, so what I got for steaks, I like to get chuck eyes if I can.
Oh, okay, sure.
Chuck eyes are like the poor man's ribeye.
Exactly, yeah.
It's actually a cut from the chuck roast. If you buy chuck roast, you can actually get a chuck eye, a Denver steak, and then have probably a pound and a pound and a half, or a pound and a pound and a half, or holy moly, pound to a pound and a half of kind of bits and pieces you can grind up for hamburger meat. That's kind of a meat pack. But it's a great steak. It's kind of like the chuck eye is almost like all of the spinalis, the softer part of the ribeye.
Yeah.
To be honest, if I get a big old ribeye or a big old chuck eye, I'd just soon get the chuck eye. Plus, it's a lot cheaper. It's my cat, if you can hear it.
Cat sounds pissed.
And I just do like the salt, pepper, garlic, obviously, the Holy Trinity. I have switched my salt to like a Celtic salt, which is a little more expensive. But it's got all the minerals salt has in it, which is way better for you. They actually take all the minerals out of salt and make salt not good for you. Salt is actually good for you.
Right.
That makes a huge difference. As far as how I cook it, sometimes I'll smoke it, pull it at about 125, and then sear it on my Camp Chef, almost black, and it's just perfect. Or I'll just cook it on the griddle and just keep poking it. And once I hit about 130, whip it out, pull it off, and it's just good, man. Yeah, that's what I do. Also, so last night I made with my brisket I got left over. You know when you cut brisket when it's cold, you can cut it in like perfect little sheets. And I made a smash burger, and before I put the meat on top of each other, I put the brisket in between. If you ever make a brisket smash burger, let me tell you, there's a few things in life that just make you sit down and go, that's definitely one of them. So, anyways, about the game. Oh, yeah, we scored. I think we should handle them. I hate doing this in the beginning because you never know what happens, but we just really need a make-up game. And the Dobby thing, that's kind of weird. I'm just going to let that come out and see what really went on, but it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not an attitude thing. So you have a good one, and go Pack go.
I did have a chuck eye once. I didn't know what it was. I went to the butcher, and they were just sitting there, and I thought, okay, I guess I'll try that. It was good. It is a very good cut of meat. I haven't, so I've done quite a few since then, actual like real big boy steaks. So it would be good to kind of go back and get some chuck eyes and see how good I can make them. Because you might be right. I mean, if you can make that about as good, the heck are we messing around with ribeyes and stuff for? But yeah, dude, sounds all good. Salt is definitely good for you. I learned that kind of recently. Not that, but it's just so demonized all the time. A lot of people actually have a big problem with salt deficiency in their diet because they're so anti-salt. Anyways, yeah, the Dobbs thing is weird. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting everything else you said, but yeah. No, Dobbs, yeah. Anyways, I'm just going to stop while I'm behind. Randy from Minnesota.
Hi, Ryan. It's Randy from Minnesota. Well, halftime, and
Fast.
I'm really happy for Narvison.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck's going on with that defensive line. I can't believe how many times we've had the running back in the backfield, and we can't drop him. Yeah, everything you've been saying is right with that D-line. I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of happy with how things are going, but we left so many plays out there, so many points out there, I feel, just by catching the ball. Anyway, we got to have to go. Hopefully we'll turn it on like we did last week, and we'll see what happens. Think positive. Go Pack, go. Bye.
That's about it. I mean, I remember, again, we had a little group chat, and obviously there was a lot of frustration by halftime. We were losing, but there was kind of a moment where we all just kind of regathered and was like, dude, we're going to win. Like, second half, like, we got this. They're going to come out swinging. You never know, but you try to talk yourself into it, because why not? They seem to do that a lot. And sure enough, they did. And that's about it. It's frustrating. Things are not going right. I don't know what the heck the freaking problem is. It doesn't seem to be getting better. But good news for you, Randy. Things do get better.
Hey, it's Greg from Indiana.
Hey, Greg.
Halftime. We're down 13-10. Jordan looks really, really indecisive. I don't know, indecisive. He's just making bad choices, actually. Bad decisions. But doesn't look good at all. And our defense is really pathetic against that offensive line. We're getting, again, no pass rush, and also the run defense looks terrible. So you would hope one of those would be good. And who would have thought that the MVP of the first half would be our kicker? But he nailed it. Looked good right down the middle.
Yep.
So hopefully we come out second half and put something together. They sure look lethargic. All right, go Pack, go.
Well, it is funny. I mean, it's obviously he didn't do a ton, but, again, these things come down to minor things. Missing a kick can cost you a game. Making a kick can win you one. So, not everybody has a great game every single week, but it's good when guys do. Obviously a lot of people struggled, but Narvison showed up. And Reed showed up, and I think Josh Jacobs looked pretty good and showed up. So we need that. That's how you win football games. We need more people to show up more consistently for sure, but take what I can get for now.
Hey, what's going on, Ryan? Chris from Alabama.
What's up?
Man, that first half, offense need to get it together, man.
Yeah.
Jordan Love, man, first pick six of his career, but I would have rather for him to just take the safety on that one. That was
right.
That was a little bit too much Will Levis like on that throw. I'm saying he was not wanting to take that second end zone, but at that point, man, it just sometimes you gotta live to fight another day. So defense, man, the run game, man, Kyron Williams is running all over this defense. Rashid is just missing block after block. Every time I see a replay, whoever's on the left side is just coming in the backfield, just no type of block, nothing whatsoever. So got a lot of things to tighten up in the second half. This could have been a whole lot worse, I feel like, than what it is. We could have been down really by 11 points right now, I feel like. I think Rams should have scored at least 3 touchdowns, but that's what they do. They're not a good red zone team, so that's working in our favor. So, I mean, like I say, we got to tighten things up, man, in the second half. And I don't know, man. I don't know. We got to put somebody over there to help Rashid on the chip block. Maybe put Tuck over there, bring Ben Sims over there or something, because they get free on their left side, and they bound to get the love a couple more times if that continues to happen. But we'll sit back and see. Like I said, defense gonna have to. They just gonna have to tighten up. Yeah. It's too much to even try to explain what needs to be done. So basically, in a nutshell, just tighten up, man. Yeah. Tighten up. Make tackles, please. Hey, you getting in the backfield, make the doggone tackle. Like, come on, man. If you get in the backfield, get your hands on it, you can make the tackle, man. I mean, Pee Wee football players can make tackles in the backfield, man. Like, just tighten up, man. But anyway, go Pack Go, man. And I'm going to get back in here and get ready for this second half and hope we can come out with this win. But we'll sit back and see. And I'll talk to y'all after the game.
Yeah, the tackling is frustrating because, penetration is a problem. It doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen enough. But then it feels like every time it does happen, they don't make the play. Like somebody gets into the backfield, they get an arm on the running back, and they can't get him down. And it's like, I know sometimes that happens, but man, it can't be every freaking time. It just drives me absolutely insane. Again, sometimes guys step up. We've had some players come up and make some really good plays, but it's exactly what you said. It's tighten up. It's just make the play that's there. That's it. I'm not asking you to do superhuman stuff. But if you get into the backfield and you can get, a hand or two on the guy, grab him at least enough to slow him down. Somebody else is coming. You can't just put an arm on him and let him break right through you like you don't exist and just ruin the opportunity. That's not a good idea. That's not super helpful, actually. I don't know if you knew that or not, but yeah, it's not good enough. Not to mention it super sucks because it's like, hey, defensive line did good because they're all on the other side, except now that he's behind basically our entire defense, and we got a couple linebackers and DBs that have to make a play because our defensive line is already gone. Like they're out of the play. Like, oh my Lord, guys.
What's up? It's AA Ron from Eau Claire. Just at halftime right now, and I'm not sure what we just watched that first half. It was pretty lackluster, I thought. The defense seemed to be playing pretty badly for a lot of that, except for the goal line stand and all that stuff. But they gave up a bunch of chunk plays and explosive plays. And then the offense is just completely uninspiring. So I don't really know what to make of it other than I just hope that they can play better second half. But they look pretty average this first half. So anyways, I'm waiting with bated breath for them to get cooking. Yeah. Hopefully it's just a slow simmer leading up to a crescendo of epic proportions. But we'll see.
Well, it was disappointing. I mean, I remember, I didn't say it, but I was feeling like it watching that first half, just thinking we are the worst team in the NFC North. Like it's not really debatable. The Vikings are playing good football. The Lions are playing good football. Chicago's gone 2-0 their last two. I think it's 2-0. Even against bad teams, they just look more competent. They look, tighter and stricter, and like they kind of know what they're doing, and they're playing good football. And the Packers just feel panicked and stressed and jittery and like just sloppy and gross and stupid. Thankfully there's 4 quarters in a football game, but yeah, they got to be better than that, because that team in the first half is a horrible football team. That team in the first half doesn't go to playoffs. It doesn't. It's fourth in the division, and it misses the playoffs. They need to be that second half team through 4 quarters. They have to be, if they're going to be a playoff team, because that's what playoff teams are.
Just calling back one more time as the third quarter starts up here. I would say this game is the definition of the team beating themselves. Drops, handful of penalties, not as bad, I don't think, as previous couple weeks. But definitely that pick 6, that was just kind of a panic throw. Not good, but 10 to 13, it's not too bad. Obviously, the game is still extremely close, so yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, look, the summary is you watch the first half and say, this team sucks and I'm scared to death, and I really hope something good happens. That's it.
Would you look at cheese slices down the side? Holy moly. Timely turnover and turning it into... Okay, long.
There he is.
Woo!
Lost you there for a second, Snacks. Oh, he's so happy.
Dude, and how about the block by Wicks? I mean, just tremendous work there. Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Keep it going, Snacks.
That's bad. I mean, he's unconscious. And on a serious note, like, isn't it kind of interesting that, like, you see him doing his thing, and here comes Jacobs kind of going down the field. Free agent signings at talent spots. Wow, they may be able to help. Now, I'm not saying build a whole roster around it, but man, I don't know. It's really cool to see, man. I mean, McKinney and the old kind of school, like, jersey where he doesn't have his shoulders, like, tucked into his pads, so they're kind of hanging over, like, 80s style. Yeah, I really like that quite a bit. Let's go.
He's a bad dude. He just is. He's a mean man. And the cool thing, like, he knows it. He almost has that, like, Mike Daniels mentality where he's not humble. It's not about, like, well, I'm just doing my best for my team. He's like, dude, I'm a freaking bull, and I'm not going to let DBs hit me because they're a bunch of little punks. And it's what I do. I smash faces, and I eat glass because I'm a freaking madman. Okay? That's how that works.
You bad cheese slices cross the line. Give a TD.
I never know what's going on, but I appreciate Snacks. Oh, why don't we take a break? We'll come back and get some AA Ron in our lives.
Well, Tucker Kraft just scored a touchdown to put it up 20.
I was so scared. Google thought for sure you said naughty words. Tucker Kraft is what you said, not F your crap. I was like, dude, what did I do wrong?
4-13. So, I guess they turned on the heat in the third quarter. And Narveson has looked good. So that's good. Good to see a rebound from him. Looks like, they're finally finding a rhythm on offense. Man, Xavier McKinney, what a steal.
Yeah.
That was worth every penny and more. And that's why you should take some chances in free agency, in my opinion, because when you hit on someone like that, it can be a real game changer for your team. And I think in a lot of ways, he's single-handedly saved us in some of these games because Rams were going down the field. Both times, actually, the fumble and the interception. And he's kind of bailed us out. So thanks, Xavier McKinney. Thanks, Brian Gutekunst. And thanks, Tucker Kraft.
I think the other lesson there is if you have a guy like Xavier McKinney, you don't let him walk. Like, you drafted a guy, and it turns out he's really freaking good. That's the whole point of the draft, is to find those rare gems like Xavier McKinney, and then the next part is you have to pay them. That's the next part of the story. And then you just didn't. You're like, nah, it's fine. We have enough talent. I don't know why people do what they do.
Hi, Ryan. Randy from Minnesota.
Hey.
Wow, what a freaking game. Finally, the defense showed up a little bit. Everybody came to play. Wow, I'm just so pumped. And now we're just going to kneel down. Go Pack, go. Love the game. Bye.
Well, not a lot of during the game calls, but I like it. Because we got a ton of calls. We'll just get into some post-game thoughts. But, yeah, man, definitely feels better when you win. A lot of reasons to be annoyed, upset, concerned, whatever. But it always feels good when they pull out the win in the end. Great play by Evan Williams to close this thing out. Lot to be excited about. That's the whole theme of tomorrow's podcast. Is there's issues, and we'll talk about it, but not today. Today we just party and celebrate because a lot of cool stuff happened.
Woo! Woo! Right now, baby! We won this game, and I'm telling you what, I'm stoked. I don't care what anybody wants to say. I listened to it. I listened to the whole game on Larry McCurry and the Rock doing the whole thing. We won this game on defense. I don't care that they ran the ball. Some people say, they moved the ball. No. They couldn't pass when they needed to. They couldn't run when they needed to. They gave up the ball on both when they needed to. We did the things we needed to on defense. 24 points. Hey, you ain't going to cry about the score on offense. But let's be honest, they got it because the defense played so good. Oh, my God, baby. Oh, no, we have to still look at the stats and have to look at the numbers. Let's be happy because we won a game in L.A. that we haven't won in forever. We look good. Jordan Love's got his win. The defense was bad, or the offense and defense was bad in the first half. Yes, I will say they didn't do what they needed to do. But I'll say this. We are looking like a second-half team because this year we have been really, really good in the second half of games. As long as we're really, really good in the second half of game, we got a chance of doing awesome all season long. Go Pack, go!
Yeah, and look, I'm not as optimistic as you. There's a lot of things that suck, but again, that's not the theme of today. That's not the theme of tomorrow. We'll nitpick all that stuff later. But again, the other thing is there really is a lot of good, and if we just get that more consistently, it's a good football team. I'm really excited about these rookies. Bullard, some really interesting stats that I found about Evan Williams for tomorrow's podcast that really surprised me. I think he may be like the guy right now. We still haven't even seen Oladapo, all the injuries and whatnot. He's basically going to redshirt, and I don't know how much of a chance he has with as long as these guys stay healthy. But Bullard playing some really good ball. Edgerrin Cooper making plays. Tyron Hopper was really good at one point. I don't know if we'll see him again, but he was really impressive like in the offseason. Really impressive stuff. And then you got the second-year guys all breaking out. Jaden Reed looking like a superstar. Tucker Kraft looking like a superstar. The free agents look fantastic. Josh Jacobs looks great. Xavier McKinney is the steal of this freaking century. Yeah, plenty to be excited about. Chris from Alabama.
Oh, what's going on, Ryan? Chris from Alabama, man. All right, we pulled out the victory, man. Third quarter was excellent, man. 2 turnovers. Jordan Love after the pick 6. He went, all the way up to 9 for 9. 2 touchdown passes. Yeah, third quarter was great. Fourth quarter was, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good. Defense kind of almost let them back in the ball game, but when it counted at the end, they got the job done, held them down. So a win is a win. Good win today.
It's kind of the defense's MO, period. They're unimpressive, uninspiring, disappointing, whatever. But then you look at the results and it's like, but they did a good job. And it's like they just, as much as we all hate bend, don't break and everything, that's just kind of what they are. They give up a lot of yards. They give up a lot of receptions. They give up a lot of big runs. They give up a lot of explosive plays. But then when it comes down to it, they make plays when it matters. Again, remember, the offense, Jordan Love gifted them one of those touchdowns. So when you look at how much was actually given up by our guys, not a lot. I mean, our defense, not a lot at all. So very confusing to look at and say, you guys freaking suck and need to be better. Also, really well done. Really well done.
Got some stuff we still got to clean up, though. I don't know what's going on with Dontavian Wicks, man, but I don't know if it's a mental thing or something, but yeah, he got to tighten up on these balls, man. Dropping all these drops, man. These drops are becoming.
It's real bad.
It's a little problem now.
Keeps getting worse, too.
I mean, they'll have time to get that cleaned up and get it together. So, I mean, I'm just glad we got the win. 3-2. We can keep pace with everybody else. Fortunately, Minnesota won today.
I know.
Chicago won, which I kind of expected because they're playing Carolina.
Yeah.
Carolina is Carolina, but we still right there. Still 2 games back. Still got a long way to go. Just keep making improvements, keep getting better. And we'll be right there in the end where we're supposed to be, man. I mean, I really like the fight. I really like when things do go wrong. Like a pick six can be demoralizing to most quarterbacks. But Love was just like, okay, I threw it. It was a dumb mistake. Let me come out here and do what I'm supposed to do and tighten up. And that's exactly what he did, man. Good win today, man.
It's one of the comments Matt LaFleur actually made. He said it's one of Jordan Love's superpowers. The guy just doesn't get rattled. He just keeps on playing. And it's true. I mean, we've seen it. That's the reason this has been a second half team. I mean, it's second half as in third and fourth quarter, second half as in second half of the season. I mean, things are going really, really wrong, and they don't give up. So obviously, it's not an issue. Obviously, they have the ability to just not care and just keep going.
Like I said, the stuff you got to keep cleaning up. I'm really not sure what's really else is going on in the locker room side with the other wide receiver with Dobbs, and I don't know what that situation really was because I really haven't followed it. I just saw it the other day, and I'm still kind of confused on it. But hopefully, maybe when he comes back, everything is copacetic. They done had they little conversation that needed to be had. Everything understood. He went and got his penalty, and then everything should be good. But that's just issues on down the line that we got to continue to keep up with for right now. Hey, just enjoy the little win. Come back in first of next week. Get to work on the next opponent, which is Arizona. Well, go Pack, go, man, and I will talk to y'all later. 3-2. The season continues, and we can continue to get better.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems worse, but in a way, it's kind of similar to the Jair thing, right? Jair was kind of getting out of line, and he needed to get his hand slapped a little bit to kind of be like, okay, you know what? We've been letting you get away with some stuff, and now you're out of line, and we're going to have to do something about it. And it worked. I mean, it's sometimes it is like disciplining a child where they're just out of control, and sometimes you got to lay the hammer down, and that just kind of is like a reset button where it's like, oh, snap. All right, sorry. Yeah, I was getting a little crazy there. I'm hoping that's what happens here. Supposedly Romeo Doubs is going to be in tomorrow. I really hope he shows up. I mean, it's going to be up to him whether he does or not. But Matt LaFleur said I'm looking forward to the conversation with him, and hopefully it's just, let's clear the air. Tell me what the issues are. Tell me what you want from this offense. You said you want something different, something better. Okay, let's talk about it. And let's move on, I mean, maybe it'll be a good thing. You want a bigger part of the offense? Heck yeah, let's get you more involved. Let's try to draw some stuff up where you can be the primary target or whatever. I don't know, but he's a good football player. If that's what he wants, let's do it. I mean, I don't want to take too much off of Reed or Tucker Kraft's plate, but yeah, whatever. Let's do it. We listen. We could have used Dobbs in this game for sure. Dobbs is an important piece of the puzzle. I mean, Heath was fine, but he also had 2 penalties. Right? He's a little shaky out there. I would rather have Dobbs than Heath. That's just my personal preference. But fortunately, we won the game. You know, if you lose in a close game, you look at Dobbs and go, "You son of a, you piece of garbage." Like, we definitely win this game with you. Is that close? You make the difference for sure. But we won the game. Everything's fine. We'll keep moving on. And hopefully we're just right back at it. I don't know. All right, let's take our final break, and then we'll just rip through whatever we got here.
Well, we had a good win today. I mean, everyone's a good win. You know, I mean, they had some issues with the players not being there. We did too, you know. I was thinking but I probably wouldn't have won. But we also didn't have Jair and Christian and Romeo, and, you know, I think we're equal. Kind of equal stuff out.
Yeah.
But, you know, so I'll just go to player of the game. I got like 4.
There's
First loss, it's the kicker, whose name I don't even remember, because I'm going to try to not remember his name for that.
Fair enough. I want to get
I think he made his one kick and then made all the extra points. So just because of that, I think, you know, he could be a candidate. Tucker Kraft, what a great run.
Good Lord.
After the catch.
What a beast.
But he scored a touchdown before. Still, I mean, just dude's throwing up a block. Dude, 2 touchdowns today. Guy is becoming who we all wanted it to be. Obviously, Josh Jacobs. First touchdown was a Packer, had 2 of them. So, good. I mean, he's probably my player of the game. And then, of course, McKinney. Dude had 5 straight games with interceptions. That's amazing. He had that fumble recovery. Honestly, that basket broke up at the beginning of the game. He was about ready to intercept that. There was another deep pass, kind of like the one he did intercept, where he was in really good position. Had the ball been a little imperfect, I think he would have got that. But just other than that, I obviously Love is disqualified from the talk of player of the game because he served up a pick 6 on like the 1 yard line.
Yeah, it's no good.
As he's throwing it, I'm like, okay, oh no, what is he doing? It's like, I mean, who knows? I mean, he gets the safety and they get the ball back and they score more points. I mean, that's what, 9 points instead of 7. So maybe he saved us 2 points. Talk about being an optimist. But yeah, I'm just glad we won. The defense could stop the run a little more. I would really appreciate that.
Be nice.
Got some pressure from some odd people. Cooper had a good sack. I don't know, just glad we won. I think we got to knock a little more rust off. I see that he threw some more blitzing in, you know. But that kind of opened up some stuff in the middle, you know. So it is what it is. You know, you go a little looser in the middle, then you tighten it up by the end zone. So we win every game doing that. I'm okay with that. Anyways, go Petco. I'm just out here driving around, so have a good one.
Yeah, players of the game, man. I mean, Tucker and Jaden probably in that list. I mean, Xavier is automatic. I think Evan Williams should be in the conversation. Not only did he lead the team in tackles, he had the game-winning pass breakup. I don't want to tell you the other stat that was really surprising to me. We'll save that as a surprise for tomorrow. But, yeah, he had a fantastic... I mean, he won the game for us. Game-winning pass breakup. They easily could have won that game. It's 4th and 5. They convert that. Man, they're moving. There's plenty of time on the clock. A lot of trouble. And he comes up, and it was a beautiful pass breakup. It wasn't some, you know, like once in a while it's kind of, you know, he was there and he takes the credit and he starts jumping up and down and everything. It was like, bro, you didn't do anything. You were just in the area when he dropped it, but, you know, whatever. He got his hand in there and broke it up. So, he's in the conversation. But yeah, some good stuff going on in that game. Garrett, what's going on?
Hey, Pack Daddy. This is Garrett from Southern Illinois.
What's up?
I don't usually call in right after games. Usually because there's a little bit maybe too much of a high or too much of a low. With this game, man, it's a mixed bag of emotions.
It is.
Because there were big plays to be made. Xavier got another pick.
Yep.
Kraft got 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, baby.
But they won despite no consistency, in my opinion.
Sure.
They were terrible on third down conversions. They continue to have penalties that just seem to just push them back when they really, really can't afford to. Stupid mistakes, like the pick six, I don't even want to go there.
It's bad.
And virtually no D-line pressure, with the exception of a few times. And I guess most of all, the mind-numbing dropped passes.
It's rough.
They wouldn't have. I don't get it. If the ball hits you in the hands, I'm sorry. You really, really should be catching the ball unless you're just getting completely crushed from behind. Wicks, the guy needs to start eating some Gorilla Glue on his cereal.
And I mean, to your point about, if it hits your hands, look, I see it kind of like field goals. You should make your field goals, period. If it's a 55-yarder, of course, I still expect you to make it. But there is a little bit more tolerance. If you miss a 33-yarder or an extra point compared to a 60-yarder, yes, the expectation is that you should make it every single time. But I'm going to be less disappointed and angry with you if you miss a 60-yarder compared to a 33-yarder. If, like I said, last week especially with Jordan and some of these passes hitting guys in the shoes, technically as an NFL football player, should you make every catch that is anywhere near your vicinity? Yeah, sure. Also, I'm going to cut you some slack. This game, though, good Lord. I mean, Reed's one drop hit him right in the hands. I'm pretty sure Wicks's drops, I can't think of any that were really difficult. I know one, his hand kind of got bumped a little bit, but they went right through his hands, every single one. I don't know, dude. I don't know what the heck is going on.
I mean, for Pete's sake. I know that Devontae had drop issues, so have other players, but this is one of those for the record that I don't get it. Don't get it. So, I'm out.
Yeah, and I don't like I don't mind when people say it just kind of, casually, oh, it happened to Devontae, whatever. But I mean, to use it as a, almost as if it's a good thing because it makes him more like Devontae. Bad things are just bad things. And 99% of people that do things that are bad do not turn out to be Devontae Adams. Sorry to tell you. Lots of guys come into the NFL with drop issues. Usually, they just end up being bad wide receivers with drop issues. Rarely, they fix their drop issues and go on to be great receivers. Now, I'm not giving up on Wicks. This is a weird thing. He didn't have drop issues like this, I don't think, ever in his life. Second week in a row, I believe, maybe even more than that, he was the most targeted, which I think speaks to how good of a receiver he is as far as getting open and whatnot. So it's there. If he could just catch it, I think he could be one of the biggest weapons on this team, but he can't do it. So again, I'm willing to be patient. I don't mind that, but I'm just not really interested in hearing about what Devontae did. Congratulations to Devontae. I'm not talking about Devontae. I'm talking about Dontavian Wicks. It's a different person. Yeah. So, anyways.
Hey, Kyle from Madison again. What's up?
What's up?
Got home. Man, I just keep thinking couple things here. Damn, is that Green Day? Sorry, off topic. Green Day, they're playing some American Music Awards or something after the game here. I just saw. Dude, he looks good. What's his name? Billy Joe, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Singer. Man, good for that guy. As somebody that almost bit the dust with, the sauce and addiction and stuff. Man, good for that guy. Because I remember that guy was on Death's Door. So, shout out. Don't like your music, but man, I'm glad that guy's still with us. Good for him. Anyway, on to the
Dude, back in what would that be? I was in, I think, second grade. how old would I have been at, like, what are you, 7 in second grade? So 93-ish, 94. I'm not going to lie. I was all about Green Day. As me and my buddy Matt, that was our thing, man. We listened to Green Day, just freaking rock out. So I can't say I appreciate their music as much now, but it's kind of a nostalgia thing. Actually, when we drove down to Indiana this past time, my wife was the DJ. We kind of found a cool little thing where she's the DJ. Works out quite nice. She does a good job. But Green Day came up, and I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, it's not because it's good necessarily, but it's like, oh, man. This was, like, huge back in the day. I remember this. I still, like, remember all the words. It's crazy.
Packers. You know, I got to say, I can't wait to watch this broadcast copy and listen to, well, okay, maybe I'm not super excited, but I want to listen to the broadcast and just kind of what they're saying. But I did see a graphic at one point where they showed Love's interception, pick six, and then, like, all what he did for the next, like, however many throws. So I'm guessing they talked about it, but good on him for bouncing back. And honestly, like, okay, it's an effort play. He doesn't see the linebacker. He's just trying to wing that thing out of bounds. I get it.
Yeah,
you
right.
know, it's not like he does that all the time. So I'll forgive him, but to bounce back like that, bro, woof, that makes me really excited. Because I'm thinking right in that moment, like, all right, this is going to go one of two ways. Like, and I honestly didn't think he was going to fold, but I thought maybe he might go straight up like 2002 Brett Favre against the Rams in the playoffs, just like 5, 6 interceptions, like whatever. But no, he kept it together and just moved on and really got it going. So, hey man, kudos, Love, kudos, and huge run on that third down, by the way. Had to make a couple people miss. Had to be good with the ball. Jacobs, by the way, he didn't fumble, but I really need to see him tuck that ball. And there's a couple times where he's running and he's running like I jog, but he's got this football out there. Yeah, let's tuck that up. Let's tuck that up inside. But yeah, that was a nice bounce back. And then I know that the Rams are down, and I know that like if people were hoping, oh, we'll just go blow them out. Let's remember, I mean, Packers on a West Coast trip.
Sure.
It's not good. The odds aren't good. And I think I read too, it's the first time we beat the Rams in Los Angeles, and I know they haven't played there in a long time until recently, but haven't beat them until like Max McGee, you know, like Super Bowl I or something. So like, let's, you know, yeah, I think we all thought we could win, and some people thought easily. I hoped easily, but Packers historically on West Coast swing, no bueno.
Yeah,
so, you know, I'm trying. There's some things I didn't like, but we got to win, man. So, I mean, it's hard to be too pissed. Wicks, you got to catch those balls, bro. This thing's over way sooner if you can catch those balls. But and also Tucker Kraft.
Jeez, what a beast! What a beast! Yeah. So I guess I didn't even really realize this because I knew we had beaten LA a ton. And so even when I kept hearing people say, oh, we don't do good on the West Coast, it's like, I know that's a thing, but not against the Rams. Like, we beat them all the time. I had no idea that we haven't played them since 2018 in LA, and we lost. And then the time before that, when we played them on the road, it was in St. Louis. So, yeah. When was the last time they were LA? Look at that. Yeah, 1991, they were the LA Rams. We lost. In LA in 89, we lost. In LA in 85, we lost. Holy crap. I had no idea. Look at this. Let's see. 81 in LA, lost. 80 in LA, lost. 78 lost. 75 lost. Good Lord. 1973 is a loss. 1971 is a loss. 1969 is a loss. Oh, this is insane. 1967 is a loss. Here we go. 1966, December 18th, 1966. And granted, they were St. Louis for a while there, which honestly, not even that long when you look at it. We played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in St. Louis, it appears. compared to the dozens of times it was the LA Rams. Yeah, December 18th, 1966, and we won by 4. It was 27-23. The time before that was a loss. Time before that was a tie. And then, 63 before that, we beat them. Holy cow. I did not know that. Did not know that. And yeah, we know that they struggle on the other coast. Obviously, San Francisco's out there, so that's no bueno. I feel better. I feel better. Curse is broken. Tucker Kraft broke the 3rd round curse in spectacular fashion. I think the Packers and, dude, Tucker Kraft broke the West Coast curse too. Tucker Kraft's out here just busting curses, man. We need to go see the 49ers right away. Straight to jail. We need, like, immediately. And just be like, Tucker, this is you. We don't beat the 49ers. We can't. I don't know why we can't. You are going to fix that.
What's going on? It's Omar the Firefighter. How y'all doing? Hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm in my daughter's youngest daughter's car. I don't know how her Bluetooth work all that well. But anyway, I don't know how y'all feel about that game, the Rams game, but I feel like crap. Multiple reasons. One, I placed a bet on it because I was like, this team is like the weakest, lowest team game. So I put a bet that, after Dobbs was suspended, Wicks, he's going to kill it. Like, Wicks, he's going to catch 5 balls, he's going to get a touchdown. Like he's going to kill it. But you know what? I said, it's all good. I'm going to at least bet on Wicks a touchdown. So when I gamble, I always gamble. Like, I gamble big, and then I'll gamble small just to win the money that I'm betting.
Yeah.
It's worked for me all the time. I have like a 85% chance of getting my money back all the time.
Nice.
So, on today's bet, I bet that Wicks will at least score a touchdown. All right? I bet other stuff too. I'll leave all that out. I was like halfway with that. But at the minimum, I'm like, Wicks will score a touchdown. All right? Another part of my bet on the separate was that he would catch 5 passes. Oh my gosh, he dropped so many in his hand, it was ridiculous.
I don't think it was you in the chat, but there was somebody else in the chat that was saying the same thing. He had showed, I think it was Prize Picks, he had showed his lineup, and he was killing it. Like, everything else was hitting. And then there's Wicks with his 2 receptions, and he needed, I think, 5, because it was like over or more than 4.5. And of course, he had like 6 drops. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. I think he had another drop after that. I was like, have faith. Like, they'll get there. And he had like one more target, and I think he dropped that too. So I was like, that's bad. I mean, it sucks to be so close and still lose a bet. But on top of that, like, you were targeted 7 times. You could have had 2 drops, and I still would have been okay. That's ugh.
And I feel like, we losing leverage on the Dobbs thing because they're playing like crap. The team play like crap. And speaking of the team, I'm going to talk about our number 1 quarterback, Mr. Jordan Love. I wasn't super mad at the pick. I wasn't super mad that we paid him because we had to. I look at it like this because my other friend's a Packer fan and he was kind of mad. I was like, we paying him the same as Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence ain't balling out.
Dude, look at Trevor right now.
And he had a better year last year. Love had a better year than Lawrence did. So it's all good. I was fine. But he's doing dumb stuff that, like, Caleb Williams did. Yeah. Not even Caleb Williams. The daggone was it Drew Lock, where he just threw the ball up and they had the game won. Like, I get you don't want to get a safety, but throw the shit at the ground or something, like, or do something. Like, that didn't make any sense. Like, how he did that. He threw it, overthrow it to the receiver. Don't throw it that close for it to get picked off. That was crazy. He's not throwing the ball accurately, even after he seems to be healed, because he's running, scrambling for 20 yards for first down. He should be all right. So, anyway, it's something going on with him. He needs to step it up, but I'm not proud of this team at all. Point blank.
The team as a whole, not good enough. I'll give you that. There are certain people, though, I mean, you got to give it up. Tucker, Jaden, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, It's not good enough. There's not really any doubt about that. All right, we'll do one more. It's Omar again.
What's going on? This is my part 2 of my rant. I normally am not negative or mad when we win a game. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not trying to be that fan. But the Rams, I didn't get to hit on this. The Rams were low-level competition. They had 3 backup offensive linemen in. Like, they had backup wide receivers. Like, it wasn't an A-caliber team. And we fought tooth and nail to beat them. It was to the point, we played so bad, I was kind of thinking, like, do I even want us to win the game? And I never want us to lose. And it's still mad early to be thinking about the draft, but I feel like we're missing key things on our team. We're missing a good cornerback opposite Jair, point blank. We're missing a number 1 wide receiver. I don't care what anybody says. We kept saying, we got the deepest wide receiver in the league. No. Watson, I got love for Watson, but he doesn't have availability. That's number 1 ability. Dobbs, wilding out. I could never believe I would have lost money. If you would say everybody on our team would want to hold out or be mad at the offense, the last person I would have thought it would have been was Dobbs.
Yep, exactly.
Like, I don't get that. That's confusing to me. That's a whole nother topic. But, we made it seem like, hey, we need you, Dobbs. Like, the way we played, I feel like we gave him an advantage. But Wicks is not the guy that's going to be a number 1 receiver. Number 3, maybe hopefully develop into number 2 at best, but number 1 is not him. It's nowhere near. A lot of people comparing Adams. Everybody talk about his drops. He still had, played well. He made some great catches, even when he had all those drops. Dobbs is not, Wicks is not doing it. He's not making those big plays to counteract the drops where you don't get mad at. It's ridiculous how many drops are hitting his hand. But the team overall, it's like, as I was saying, how I didn't know how I feel about us winning that game because I don't feel like, hey, we deserve to be in the playoffs. Playing like this, they go to the playoffs and get smacked. I'm not trying to be the Eagles last year, make the playoffs and get embarrassed. I want to go to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. And the way we're playing right now, there's no way we can win a Super Bowl playing like how we're playing. The only positive I will say is I did appreciate us running the ball more and Jacobs, getting more running ability opportunities. But other than that, it was a disappointing game.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. Definitely not up to snuff. And I kind of like my I don't know if it was my main point or not, but what I had said on tomorrow's podcast, more or less, is look, when you're not in your final form and you're not playing well and things are not going well, what's the only thing that matters? Find a way to win the freaking game. And that's it. Jordan's not good enough. Receivers aren't good enough. Offensive line's not good enough. Defense is definitely not good enough. But, if we've learned anything the last 2 years, it's that there's a good chance they're going to figure it out and they're going to be a much better football team. The only thing that matters is we are winning enough games that it means something. So we're 3-2. We're winning our football games. And hopefully by next week we start to see a better version. I don't know if that's going to happen. If history tells us anything, it's just that they're not going to be very good by next week. It's going to take them till mid-season, which is freaking stupid and annoying. But it is what it is. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. We've only got 3 calls, so we did a good job. We cleaned up a bunch of calls today. So get your calls in. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.